Will redfish and bass in the marsh crush a shaky head? We put it to the test in this episode of Marsh Man Mass On. All right, I got my best fishing buddy with me today, and we're out to do a little bit of a test. And we kind of built a little bit of a challenge into it, because we always do. We like to compete against each other. It's always fun. But Joel, this week, fished a local tournament and he won fishing this. A shaky head with a Guggen Baits Slim Shake worm that he kind of dipped in black. It's got red flake in it. It's kind of a Frankenstein. But that's what he caught the majority of his fish on in that tournament. I have fished a shaky head once or twice in the marsh, but not a ton. But I wanted to see how this thing produces. So we've come into our favorite marsh area to test it out. Now, to give it a kind of a control group test, I'm throwing this Pro's Choice Senko style worm. We'll be fishing right next to each other. I offered him the front of the boat. He can take it whenever he wants, and we're just gonna see who gets more bites, how that shaky head performs. But again, as I said, we've built a challenge into this, a competition. We don't wanna fish only soft plastics. If you wanna throw something else, you can. However, you get 2 points for every fish you catch on these baits, and you only get 1 point for any fish you catch on anything else. So you're incentivized to stick with this, but certainly not mandatory. Now, I fished this same area just a couple days ago. Had a pretty good trip, but I had very different conditions. We've got a hard southwest breeze today. Despite that, the water's barely trickling in. It's at the end of a rise. Hasn't started falling yet. And the other day when I got out here, it was falling already. Hard. So we're gonna need this tide to fall for the fishing to really get good. You know, good for July. Late July, it's almost August. Once that tide gets a little bit of time to fall in, this water should clear up a little bit. And one thing we've noticed, there's about 500 million crabs coming through this marsh. Little ones, like this. If you saw my last video, you saw that one fish that I caught spit up a crab. Oh, what are you throwing up? Oh, look at that, a little crab. That's what he threw up. Look at these crabs.
Get one on the water.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this. Look how many crabs are in this marsh. This one bit my line. They're all about this size. All right, little guy, come on, I'm gonna let you go. Don't fall in my tray. He is feisty. This little guy is feisty. Yeah, this will hurt, I promise you, this guy bites you. There's crabs like this throughout this marsh, just really incredible. He's gonna get to swim. I mean, that's redfish and bass. They love it. Marsh bass eat crabs like inland bass eat crawfish. Brown's a little coward. Oh, there he is. There he is. Not a bad bass either. On the Pro's Choice Senko style soft stick bait. This one's June bug. Well, Joel, that's two to nothing.
2 to nothing.
He was right in that edge of that grass bed, huh?
Yeah.
Joel got popped. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no, oh no.
Is that a red? Shaky head red? Yep, shaky head red, that's what it is. Let me net him, Joel. What pound test you got? Knowing you was probably like 6 pound test. By the way, Joel couldn't find his sunglasses, so he's wearing some I think he found from his grandmother. All right.
Boom. I don't know if he's a keeper, but
Yeah, he's definitely a keeper.
he'll keep for our challenge.
Yeah, the fish don't have to be keepers for our challenge. They just have to be in the boat. So literally I had the lead for what, 30 seconds? Do you think it was that long?
Not long.
Maybe 30 seconds.
Back to a tie.
If you know Joel and I, well, let me put it this way. I've had quite a bad stretch in competitions against Joel. Just some absolutely abysmal luck.
Or great skill.
Well, yeah, Joel thinks it's skill, but just some things happened that were like head scratching. Uh-oh. Joel missed one. Hopefully he lost that. No, he still got his worm. But in the last challenge, it was a slaughter. I broke the streak, so I got to defend that today. But now we're tied up 2-2.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. You got one.
I honestly legitimately can't tell if there's a fish or not. I don't think it is.
I think you better set the hook. Like,
No, it's grass. Oh, that's what it was.
No.
Grab. You want to hand me that June Bug Pro's Choice Senko style soft stick bait? Thank you there, buddy. Appreciate your assistance. Now, the other day I caught all my fish on a Zoom Z-Craw blacklight, but I didn't feel like it'd be a good comparison if I fished that today, because, you know, it's a craw style bait, and Joel's fishing more of a, you know, worm style bait. So I wanted to do somewhat apples and apples, and I got a lot of confidence in this bait. So, and already it's caught a fish. We haven't been fishing 5 minutes, so good choice. All right, the tide has definitely begun to trickle out, no doubt. It's not screaming, but it's heading out. Ooh, there he is. Ooh, that's not a bad bass. Look at this bass, Joel.
Good night.
Hold on, watch out. I tell you what, for the marsh, that is a really, really nice bass. Spotlight right here. He's about, what did you say, a 2-pounder? He's definitely a 2-pounder. This fish is heavy.
Well, you know what?
For a summer bass, yep, 203. Here's a 2-pounder, which, you know, anywhere else is not a giant. In the marsh, that's a really good fish. We're gonna let him go, though. See you, buddy. Totally healthy. I don't keep bass that big. I do keep the little ones. They're a lot better to eat. Not only was that fish 2 pounds, it was also 2 points. So I'm up on Joel now, 4-2. And I tell you what, Joel, the funny thing is, that hit was like a lot of hits the other day.
Really?
Yep. Don't. I set the hook 20 times on that the other day. Dude, if this gator likes crabs, he's definitely coming to the right place.
Yeah, it's a 6-footer?
5. He's not too big. That's why he's still dumb. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Joel's got one. He doesn't have one yet. I mean, now he's got one.
Got one. 2 points.
It ties it up. On the shaky head.
Tie a ball game, boys. Just blow it out.
Right in that Trinaz. Yeah, no choice. Ooh.
No.
There he is. There he is. There he is. Joel, you didn't tie it up for long there, bud. Oh, hooked him outside the mouth. Lucky to get him. Both those fish were right in that marsh drain. Sometimes you can catch 10 or 12 fish in a little drain like that. Not always, but we caught 2 there. That's a damn tree growing up right there, Jack.
They planted it.
It looks like marijuana. Dude, that looks like marijuana. I'm not joking.
They planted the... Well...
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's weed.
No.
Yes. We gotta go see.
Yeah, there's no way.
So Joel and I are going to investigate and see if somebody planted some ganja in the marsh. The closer I'm getting, the less I think it looks like it. Nope, that's not ganja. All right, stop number 1, produced a few fish, and the shaky head performed well, not crazy well. It's actually trailing at the moment, but we're gonna make a move, see if we can find a little bit better water. This water's not the best, and hopefully continue to catch some fish. We're in a short little bayou. This is our second stop of the day. Really looks pretty in here. Water's not that deep. It's about 3 feet right here in the straightaway, but I'm betting in that bend it's gonna be a little bit deeper. Water's flying, absolutely flying out of here. Pushed by that west wind. This bayou is really short, but it leads into a pond back here. Probably too rough to fish the ponds today. Just feel better about those when it's slick and you can see the redfish pushes. But we might poke our nose in there and see if we can run across anything. Water's about the same as what we left. Not maybe a shade better, not a ton better. This little bayou is short, but man, it's got a lot of little drains coming into it. You'd think one of them would have a fish.
Unless I just throw it along the edge of bayou.
I mean, it's, you know, worth a shot, but you would think they'd hit this Texas rig, right?
Yeah. If there was fish.
Right, I don't think these fish are in the... That one is. That one is. Isn't that Trinaz? Spotlight. I didn't feel him hit at all. He just ran with it. There he is. Ooh, he's all, yeah, I gave him way too long. It's not in his gut, but it's in his tongue. Dude, I didn't feel him hit at all. I just saw my line running. Oh! Look at that. Oh, goodness. Joel's sitting down eating a sandwich. He likes to spectate. There he is. Oh, redfish. Redfish. Redfish also like Trinasses. All right. Man, this fish is feisty. He won't give up. I keep thinking, you know why? I'm fighting him against that current. That ferocious current. Oh, that's not a bad red. Another 3-spot red. You saw my last video? I caught a 3-spot red to start the day. Another 3-spotter. That's a big, fat, chunky fish. Glad to see it. All right, we're gonna let this guy go. I got enough fish.
We've got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Joel's got one. Shaky head.
Nice and fast. Shaky head.
One will always be better than two.
All right, so Joel, you've been killing fish on that shaky head. Today in the marsh, it's been okay, but I know you've got a tremendous amount of confidence in that bait. How do you fish it?
Yeah, so a shaky head, really, all it is just a ball jig head. It's really a natural way to present your bait. There's not a lot of hook up here impeding the action, so the bait's got freedom of movement in it. And it's really, really effective on freshwater rivers. Here in the marsh, it's been pretty good. I like it a lot of times over a Texas rig.
Now, when fish hit it, do you get those hard thumps like you get on a Texas rig? Is it real similar to that?
Yeah, it's pretty much like a Texas rig. You're gonna feel most of your hits on this thing. And the hookup on it is pretty good. They've got 2 different styles of shaky heads. You got one like this, which is the one I like. We've also got another one that has a screw coming out from the head where you screw your worm on. I don't like those just because that screw is kind of like a weed guard. It impacts the amount that the fish has to bite on there because the screw is sticking out. All you have is less than an inch for that fish to get so that he can get the hook. With this, you've got all the way from here to here where you can really grab onto it, and the hookup is a lot better on this style shaky head than the one with the screw in them.
Why don't you show us actually how you work your rod when you're fishing these?
All right, so all I'll do, I'll cast it out, and you definitely want to get it to the bottom. This one right here is a 3/16 ounce shaky head, so it takes a little bit of time for it to get down. And really all you're going to do is work it just like a Texas rig. I like to let it get down and then just kind of hop it up a little bit. Kind of let it fall back down to the bottom, hop it up a little bit, and a lot of your bites are going to come when that bait is falling. I like to keep my finger on the line right there. That way I can feel when those fish hit it, and you can have a quick reaction on them and set the hook.
All right, what kind of worms do you like on this? I know earlier today you were fishing a Guggen Baits worm. What are some of the brands and types of worms that you like?
Yeah, the Guggen Baits worm is the Slim Shake is one of my favorites on here. It's got a really nice fall to it. This is also another good one. This is just a regular Zoom trick worm. It's a pink that I've dipped in black. I really favor the dark colors on these shaky heads. They just seem to work a lot better. So anything like black, it's got a little bit of flake in it, like a black and red or a black and blue. It's going to be your best colors to throw on here. And those trick worms, they come anywhere from like a 6 to a 7 inch worm, and that's really the best size that I like to fish on here. is in that range. You get a lot of action, but you also get a lot of hook in the worm, and the hookup is really good. Oh, shoot.
Oh, dude, I think you might have tied this thing up with that shaky head. Yeah, let him go. Woo, lightning. Saw that? All right, Joel and I just saw a massive bolt of lightning not very far away. Sun's still up. We got the best few minutes of the day left, but I don't know. I'm kind of against getting struck by lightning. Just doesn't go with my life philosophy. I have a strict non-lightning policy. So we're gonna head for the hills. Now the thunder is rumbling, but I'm gonna fish my way out of here until I can get this boat up, because we're in some shallow stuff right now. But hopefully you enjoyed the video and got a lot out of it. Learned a new bait that you can throw in these marshes. Definitely produce some fish. Joel, unfortunately, lost his second competition in a row. So I think I'm on a streak, Joel. Joel's got nothing to say.
Let's remind the viewers about a 12-game winning streak that we had.
Yeah, Joel was the New England Patriots for a while, but hey, now he's the 2020 version of the New England Patriots. All right, well, if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marsh Man channel on YouTube. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post a new video. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marsh Man.